All right, here we are outside of 626 Canyon Drive. So we are on the back side of Zephyr Knolls now. Pretty cool. I mean, obviously the lake's on the other side, but you're in this funky little canyon, which is actually pretty cool. Just to give you an idea, you know, we're down in the gully here, but it's very peaceful back here. No neighbors on this side. Someone across and someone above, but just really quiet. So bear box parking kind of around here would make for cheap snow removal because you just have this tiny little parking area. Let's check it out. Nice big true 2-car garage. You could easily fit a big truck in here. Nice high doors. And you have the depth for sure. This is just bonus storage here. They have a nice big cooler. You can put your important stuff back here, and then that just goes under the house. Here, I can see if this light turns on. Nope, but there's a huge rock right there. So that's all the way across. You can kind of see it goes right around there, but that's underneath the home. So you have access through there. Let me go up the house, up the stairs, this is where you would enter in from. Either way, you have steps to the main entrance. This brings you over to this deck area, which is kind of looks like where they collect their firewood. Into here, I didn't get all the lights on yet, but okay. So when you first walk in, you have a bathroom here, kind of a standard shower. And all your linen supplies here. So it looks like they have this kind of set up as the cleaner's cabinet in this back room. No egress back here, so it would have to be some sort of a game room, office, or how they have it as a storage area. Also, laundry facility, and that door's locked, so that's some sort of an owner's closet. But again, you could have just this door locked off completely, but I guess you would want it for the bathroom. But when you first walk in, you have this nice living area. Again, this one, let's call it the first living room, but they do have a bed in here. Get some lights. A nice option. I'm seeing a mouse trap, so there's probably pests in here. The floor is also a little funky. You can feel creaks and dips in it. But a pretty funky little bedroom in here. Obviously they have it set up specifically for vacation rentals, so maximum beds, but it's kind of a neat room. This is the door that went to that other room, but you could imagine having one family in this general area. Hallway closet. Up to the main level, you have this nice plush carpet. It's in good shape. To a big kitchen area. Lots of natural light up here. Interesting colors, but I know Lynn's not scared of color. Definitely a custom home. I would say they made it to their liking. But you do have this huge window right here with a nice private view. You can see lots of chipmunks and critters running around there. 4-burner Jenn-Air built in. All this kind of open space here. Nice big island. You have this huge Viking fridge, freezer. Nice to see that. This is a 5-bedroom, double oven. Also built in. That looks like perhaps a laundry chute of some sort. Microwave built in. Kind of all your appliances down there. Definitely a vacation rental. You can just kind of tell by the wear and tear. A lot of these properties, I mean, this is original. I can tell just by walking around it. Everything in here was when it was originally built in the 80s. Nice little powder room, half bath up here into a formal dining room. Let's check out the deck area. I mean, lots of natural light, which is always a plus. Into this nice big deck out here. Overlooking kind of, you could see the back side of Heavenly. So that would be like, coming up here would be Kingsbury Grade. So that's kind of the direction we're looking. There's probably some really great hiking trails around here. But again, just very, very quiet. You have no road noise. You just hear the birds and very peaceful back here. The exterior looks to be pretty good. Probably need to just keep up with the stain, as all wood homes are like, kind of chipping paint here and there. And that's why these ones are priced the way they are. In the 1.8, I mean, it looks like they might have updated carpet, or else they just took really good care of the carpet. Again, let me get some lights on here for you. This is the formal front door. So if you did not come in through the garage, you would come up these stairs right here. So the stairs are made out of Trex deck. That's your parking lot down there. And so you can come right up to the deck that we were just on. Okay. So this is a really big space. Here is your main living area. And again, it connects to the kitchen this way. So stairs are in the middle, and then there's a big open area around the whole main level. Lots of nice big windows. You have a real wood fireplace here. And they really have minimal furniture in here. I think if you had the right furnishings, you could really utilize this space and, turn it into something really comfortable, cozy, rustic, and give it that vibe you need. They all have wood blinds. Oops. But a nice area here for a formal dining room, or you could just make a big living space. Depends what you need it for. And then that area over there is just kind of like the breakfast nook, with lots of living space too. Okay, let's go outside to your little private backyard here. Plenty of room for a table, and then your hot tub, of course. You have these big boulders, which always make it fun to look at, and kind of like a flagstone backyard. But if you're a gardener, you have a nice little built-in garden area. I'd be interested to see what it's like in the winter with the collection of snow up here. You do have that sunlight, which is huge, to help melt away that snow. Let's get up over here and see if I can't see around this way, because it would definitely seep in. I mean, obviously there's enough passageways for it to come down right to the lake, or sorry, the road, but this would probably be completely blocked off in the winter, quite honestly, unless you kept up on it. But on a big storm, I just don't know where the snow would go. You'd have to have a snowblower almost back here to project it off of the main patio area. And then a snowblower with these blocks could be tricky as well. So I really just don't think you would use this back deck at all in the winter time. Maybe just a path to your hot tub. That's probably about it. But you never know. Maybe the sun is strong enough and warm enough here to get rid of it, because you're totally blocked from the wind. Okay. And then those are French doors, so you could open those right up. Nice flowy feel there. All right, we have one more level to go back up to here. Again, it looks like they did a pretty good job of, I wonder why that, there we go. Keeping the carpets clean. And I mean, they do have more of like earthy tone. Well, they have every color of paint in this house, but the hallways are kind of a darker brown. So it feels a little bit darker. You could, if they were white, it would definitely really make it brighter in here. Main bathroom, soaker tub, same countertop as throughout the house. A little different in the kitchen, actually. We have another full bedroom up here. And it really does look like they just kind of packed as many beds as they could into this property. So it might have just been a second homeowner. Okay, we have another bedroom with its own little sink area, which is actually kind of handy. Obviously a fun colored room. Oh, that's a locked one. And then finally, the primary bedroom up here. So they have their own little seating area, nice big king size bed, again with all this natural light. No one's looking in here, like you have the whole space open. I mean, I guess they have a couple windows there, but just really private and immersed in the trees and the nature. Hard finding the light switches in this one. Here they are. Here we go. Okay, to your primary suite. Toilet, double sinks, nice counters, big soaker tub. Let's see. Into your massive shower. You have 4 shower heads in this one, so quite the shower experience. Into this huge walk-in closet. Built-ins all around, which is, really nice to have, especially if this is going to be your primary. It's a huge closet and a huge house. This house is huge. Definitely could spread out a massive family and have this as everyone would have their own wing of the house, if not floor. So plenty of room here. Head back down to give you one more look. Yeah, this is a laundry chute, so that's always nice to have. I remember my aunt used to have one of those in her house, and it was a ton of fun. Okay, sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I'm trying to turn off the lights as I go. So you do have this nice big landing. Again, if this was your formal entry, you'd probably have coat hangers or benches or something to welcome the space. And then the big living room. And this big area for kitchen. I mean, there's a few ways you could figure it out. That's kind of the fun of it. You could, lots of space. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And this is 626 Canyon Road.